With this truly mind-bending deception, you don't even have to be in the room. That's right. Imagine showing some friends a couple of cool tricks and then saying, let me try something, but let me leave the room to see if I can really pick up things psychically, remote control. It's an awesome premise. So here's what happens. You leave the room. You literally leave the room, okay? Somebody, one of your friends, any one of your friends, okay? They can take any coin they want, a penny, nickel, dime, quarter, a loonie, whatever country you're in, a gadiga, whatever coin they got going on. They can take out any coin they want and they conceal it under, let's say, a can of soda here, okay? When you come back in the room, here's the crazy part. When you come back in the room, okay, you put your hand on top of the soda can. There's no glimpsing of the coin. You've been out of the room. You're not peeking at all. You just put your hand on top of the can of soda. Then you look in your friend's eyes. And first, you say, it's a nickel, right? And of course, they produce something in their pants. That's a bit of a freak moment there. Second, you say, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. I don't want to look. They pick up. Say, put it in my hand. They put the nickel, their nickel, free choice, in your hand. You're looking the other way. You turn back at them and you go, 2005? And when people look at the coin, you got the date right as well. I got to say that 50% of the power in the sort of making this trick so memorable is when you say, I'll leave the room. There's something about that that's so dramatic. I love that moment. I love that moment. So how is this done? This is done. Now, if you're thinking the guy who puts the coin underneath is in on it with you, he's not. He's not. He can take out any coin he wants, put it under the can, okay? What's really cool is he's not in on it, but one of your other friends is. You have a secret accomplice. Now, this person doesn't have to switch coins. This person doesn't have to kind of suggest, hey, why don't you try a penny? Let's see if we can get him with a penny. There's nothing like that. What this person does, though, is they're the ones who put the can down on top of the coin. Watch, watch, watch. I want you to see this. This will work with a can of soda or, reaching off camera, I'm back on camera, or a takeout cup because of the hole there, okay, which will mark it. It's got the tab, or you can even just use a coffee cup and use the handle for the same way. Because what your friend does is your friend lets you know what coin, whether it's a penny, nickel, dime, quarter, loonie, whatever you got, lets you know what's under there based on what position they leave this pointing. This is essentially a clock, okay? And what I've done in the past is I just say to my friend, the window is 12 o'clock. Because in a lot of rooms, there's only the one window on the one wall. So as long as the window in the studio here is over there. So as long as he knows that's 12 o'clock, we know that then at that point, the first position after either at 12 is a penny, that's a nickel, that's a dime, that's a quarter, whatever you've worked out with your friend for all the coins. And so literally the way he or she positions the can at the end will indicate to you exactly what coin is underneath. Now, how do you get the date? You get the date because in my pocket I have a nickel. And I know the nickel, the date on the nickel, is 2006. I know that, okay? And when I come back into the room, I have my 2006 nickel in my right hand, palmed, in what's called a finger palm, just resting in there. Now, this may not come into play. The first one might be a dime, and I go, it's a dime, right? And they go, oh my God, it's a dime. And then you say, why don't we try it again? Okay, now if the first one's a nickel, awesome. But if it's not the nickel on the first one, try it again, use a different coin this time, okay? And they try it again, and you can do it twice or 3 times. No, at any point, at any time, you can stop. If the reaction the first time is amazing, leave it there. Do it again. Maybe the second one will be the nickel. If the second one's not a nickel, let's say it's some other coin, you can leave it there. You've done an incredible thing twice in a row, leaving people speechless. However, if on the first or the second, or if you want to push your luck for the third one, it's the nickel, you can say, is it a nickel this time? And people go, I don't believe it. He keeps getting these. How you doing? That's ridiculous. And you go, wait a second, let me try something here. Say, and you turn your head away, show your left hand empty, and say, go ahead, somebody pick up the can and hand me the coin. They hand you the nickel. Here's my nickel. They hand you the nickel. You've got your head turned away. Close your fist over it, okay? You got your head turned away, and you go, wait a second, I'm getting a sense here. I'm getting a sense here. Is it, I'm not sure. Now, you then say, you can name the date, 2005, look at it, smile, okay? And I go 2005, I look at it, smile, then I apparently put the coin in my hand and hand it to somebody. And what I'm doing is a shuttle pass, okay? This is a very old idea. This particular handling is from a guy by the name of David Roth, a brilliant coin magician. And you show it here, And this coin is basically at the tips of my fingers, the hands come together, I turn and I give this to somebody. It's a very simple sleight, but I look at the coin, see 2005, I smile and say, here, toss it on the table, you can check it out. And when they check the date, what you've done is you've taken an amazing magic effect and then put a kicker ending on it to make it absolutely impossible. Red 10. Black 8. Black 8.